Is your diet making you look softer instead of stronger? Most women think that eating less is the key to muscle definition and the key to getting lean and defined. But the truth is that under eating is sabotaging your muscle definition. Welcome to video 3 of How to Look Like You Lift workshop. Today, we're talking all about the nutrition mistakes that are keeping you from looking like you lift, and of course, how to fix them. In video number 2, we uncovered how your training might be working against you and how to fix that so that you actually build visible muscle. So if you missed that, you definitely want to pause here and go back and rewatch that, because we talked about the 3 biggest training mistakes that are keeping women over 40 stuck. We talked about why toning workouts don't work. And we talked about how to progressively overload for real results. Most women trying to lean out accidentally eat in ways that burn muscle, not just fat. And here's where most go wrong: eating too little. A calorie deficit that's too aggressive makes you lose muscle along with that. Number 2, not eating enough protein. Protein is a non-negotiable when it comes to fat loss and muscle definition. Without it, you're not going to recover and those muscles will not grow. Number 3, cutting the carbs too low. Carbs are not the enemy. They are actually going to fuel your workouts and help keep your muscle full and defined. So the big thing about why a lot of people run from carbs, all that water retention and what's showing up on the scale, that's the very thing that are going to keep those muscles nice and full, which creates muscle definition. So if any of those 3 things sound familiar to you, let's fix it. Here's what you need to change if you want to finally reveal your muscle definition. Number 1, prioritize protein at every single meal. I'm going to tell you to aim for 0.8 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight every single day. And what I'm going to suggest is that you veer towards the side of the 1 gram per pound, not just because it's easy math, but also because you can't really go wrong with eating a teensy bit more protein when it comes to muscle building and defining. So when it comes to protein, you choose the source that's best for you, whether it's coming from lean meat and eggs if you're someone who eats meat, or it can be from Greek yogurt and protein powders if you're someone who doesn't eat meat, or even beans and legumes if you're somebody who doesn't eat dairy. So there's a wide variety of protein sources. You're going to pick the one that works best for your lifestyle, but you're going to aim for that gram per pound regardless of how you get in your protein. Second thing is that we're going to fuel with smart carbs. We're not going to run from them. We're not just going to eat salads. So should you eat your veggies? Absolutely. We want those included in your carb content. But the main thing is to stop fearing the carbs. Your muscles need them. Like I say, if you want full and defined muscles, you're going to need water inside of that muscle, because as I like to say, muscles without water is jerky. So if you're somebody who's looking to define your muscles, you actually want to keep those carbs in there. Otherwise, you're going to notice that you struggle a little bit more to see that muscle definition. So again, when it comes to carbs, you want to make sure that you're bringing them in smartly. So that also means making sure that your carbs include fiber. So you want to focus on a lot of whole grains. So whether you're having oats or potatoes or rice or, fruits, vegetables, things of that nature, there's again a wide variety of where your carbs can come from. If you start paying more attention to the fiber content of your carbs, that's going to put you in that smart carb category. So that's what you want to do, is make sure you're getting in a lot of the high fiber carbs, in addition to getting in your whole grains, your fruits, your vegetables, and even some of these drinks and things nowadays that have some fiber attached to them. So the main thing is that if you are someone who feels like you don't have enough maneuverances for carbs within, maybe you don't have as many carbs as you would like to have within your macros, you're going to focus on eating your carbs around your workouts. So that way you're still maximizing your performance. So you're fueling beforehand to maximize performance, and then you're going to fuel afterwards with carbs to maximize recovery. So those are the areas that you want to make sure that you're honing in on increasing that carb intake. And then the third area is that we want to make sure you're eating enough calories to maintain muscle. One of the reasons why a lot of people don't have room for carbs in their diet is because they're not eating enough calories. So starving yourself shrinks everything. So a lot of times people are starving themselves because of the fact that they're trying to shrink the fat. The only problem with that is that you're also shrinking your muscle. We don't want that. If you want defined muscles, you have to fuel them. You don't want to shrink them. You want to build them and make them grow, and then you lose the fat around them to make them show. So instead of slashing your calories, you want to focus on slow and strategic fat loss instead of trying to do like the Biggest Loser style drops where you just drop weight at any cost. Make those tweaks and watch your definition start to show. This is literally, I just spelled out the exact method, the exact approach that I use with myself, with my clients, and what I built the Eat More Way Less training app around. So the whole purpose of the training app was built out so that the women inside of it knew exactly how to work out and exactly how to fuel for muscle visibility, because that's what a lot of us want when we are lifting weights. So to bring these into action steps for you to try this week, the first thing that I would say is to add 20 to 30 grams of protein to every single meal. So that's how you put that protein one into play. Every meal, 20 to 30 grams. Second, eat the serving of carbs, like I say, before and after your workouts. So even if you're having a hard time figuring out where to fit them in the rest of your day, or you don't like eating a lot of carbs before bed, or whatever the other things are that you've been taught, just focus this week on having that serving of carbs before and after your workouts. And the third one is we're not slashing calories. We're fueling our training this week instead. So remember, small shifts equal big results. So a lot of these things sound simple in theory, but let's put them into practice, because now that you know how to eat for muscle definition, how do you bring that all together with the things that we talked about in video 1 and video 2 into a simple step-by-step plan that actually works long-term? Well, I'm sure you guessed it. That's exactly what we're doing in video number 4. So make sure you do not miss that video. If it hasn't released yet, make sure that you have notifications on so that you get an alert when it's released. If it's already been released, then I want you to go ahead and do your homework for this video, which is to tell me what is the one thing that you are going to change about your nutrition to start focusing on that muscle definition. And cheat code, I gave you 3 of them already, so just pick one of those and post them below just to show your commitment and accountability to this. And then second thing is, let's go, video number 4. See you there.